So what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to replace the sword, or whatever he's holding there, with something else. So I selected a microphone. So I'm going to get rid of the background by unlocking the layer. I just click on background and get rid of the layer, get rid of the lock. And I'm going to use the magic wand tool since the background's all white. And hopefully it selects the background. Now I have the tolerance set up pretty high. It was up to like 80, and you can see where it's a little bit too much because it actually selects some of the microphone there. So before you use the magic wand tool, you just want to check around the outside that you're not over selecting too much of it. If you find you're selecting too much, you have to turn the tolerance down. So I'm going to put it at default number, which is 32. And that seems to work out really, really well. Yep. So after I got rid of the background, I'm going to move this over to the playing card. So we're going to size it up. You can have it kind of being, pretty crazy, cartoony big if you want. It can look kind of big. It's completely fine. Now we want to make this look as though the hand is holding it, and then we also want to get rid of what he's holding currently. So you could do this in a couple of steps. First thing you're going to do could be getting rid of what you're going to be not needing. Before I do, though, I'm going to lower the opacity on the microphone and just kind of lay out pretty much where I want it to be. That looks pretty good. So you have to think about what part of the hand is going to be in front of the microphone, and that's the thumb. So if I had this microphone over here, that wouldn't look right. It would just kind of go into the palm and everything. So it would be, can't go further than this point right there. Otherwise it's not going to look like the microphone's being held by that hand. So at this point I can use the clone stamp tool again and get rid of the background, but it looks like it's mostly going to be covered by the microphone, and then this here might be okay to leave this little pattern in here. What I might need to do is use the clone stamp tool over here and get rid of the sword on this side, oops, without interfering too much. By the way, if you use this clone stamp tool and you find that you need to kind of mask off a certain area, I can use this selection tool, go back to the layer mask, and what it'll do is it'll kind of contain that space that that I want to keep. So if I go around an area with the clone stamp, with the polygonal lasso tool or whatever lasso tool, whatever changes I make will only be inside of that shape. So it's kind of like masking tape, it masks it off. So I have to make this hand look like it is in front of the microphone. So to do that, I'm going to zoom in on the hand. I'm going to select the hand. Now if you find that this hand isn't in a good position, you can always make a copy of this hand, and you can move the hand over. You can move it to a different area if it seems to work better. You can rotate it. Some people even take one of the hands from one of the other playing cards. If that works better, you can certainly do that. So what I do is I select the hand that I'm going to use. I'm going to go to Layer via Copy. And so what I just did is I made a copy of that hand. I have the microphone. I'm going to take the layer with the hand and I'm going to move it in front. So now it should look as though the microphone's being held by that hand there. So that's it. The very, very last step is the easiest one. That's going to be the background. That's the next video.